Welcome to our Researching, Teaching and Learning Group assessment. The first stage of our action research project was to collect data to help answer the question, how do teachers effectively integrate ICT to benefit student learning? My name is Kimberly and my data collection focused on the iPad and how it can support student learning. To collect data on this subtopic, I surveyed 77 secondary school teachers across a range of key learning areas. It was through this survey in which I was able to collect quantitative data regarding teachers' perceptions on the influence of the iPad's use in supporting student learning.
My name is Larissa and my data collection focused on teachers' perspectives towards ICT integration for student learning. I conducted 10 semi-structured interviews on teachers from different schools, teaching areas, and teaching experience. Therefore, I was able to collect qualitative data.
My name is Sandy and my data collection focused on are teachers equipped in integrating ICT into lessons by surveying a number of teachers.
My name is Mera and my data collection focused on students' perceptions of ICT use in their classroom. The observation method used to collect the data.
My name is Tuğçe and my data collection focused on the limitations of accessing ICT. Observation is used to collect data as a qualitative method. One of the Year 9 Maths class and Year 10 Nutrition class are observed in technology-supported classrooms.
So today, traditional pedagogy is challenged as teachers are no longer the mere transition of teaching content. According to literature, to meet the needs of 21st century learners, ICT integration involves teachers changing how they teach to facilitate meaningful learning, opposed to solely knowing how to use it. Research suggests that teachers' beliefs, values, and skill attributes can benefit or hinder this effective integration. Teachers value the many benefits that technology brings to education, such as creative pedagogy, student engagement, online resources, and tools. However, some teachers will feel more comfortable integrating ICT if further professional development was provided. Because of this, teachers need to be equipped, and Sandy will go in more detail.
Thanks, Larissa. We have found research that conveys the point that there is a need to equip, train, and motivate teachers with ICT skills that enhance pedagogical framework and knowledge to effectively teach with ICT tools. A number of studies have found that learners need to be engaged in classroom activities, and this is best done by integrating ICT tools. However, others found that students performed and achieved higher grades than when they were taught through traditional methods and pedagogies. Through Piaget's cognitive behavioral theory, students learn actively. Therefore, teachers become a guide that provides students with opportunities to develop and construct meaning from their learning experiences. Teachers equipping ICT tools into their classroom in order to meet the needs of a range of students and their learning abilities, as well as the Teaching Standard 2.6. It is evident from the Australian teaching standards that student perceptions are important, and Samira will now discuss this.
Thanks, Sandy. As students are equipped with the diverse ICT skills which enable them to think differently and learn with various types, student perception is vastly significant. In the literature review, it has been found that self-efficacy and technology acceptance theories are the key theories to understand student views on the ICT use. Social cognitive theory by Bandura, self-efficacy consists of competences that they have received in specific domains. Students' perception is significant to teachers' design of teaching and practice. In contrast, it has been also seen that students' perspectives overlooked and uncontemplated. Therefore, it has underlined that teachers' efficiency will exist if teachers apply and take consider self-efficacy and students' acceptance of technology as they provide clear view of students' perception of ICT use in classroom. The iPad use might be one of the techniques for ICT expertise students, and Kimberly will provide us more detailed discussion in her part.
Thank you. Within the education system, the iPad is used heavily within the learning environment due to its flexibility and connectivity. The iPad is considered one of the most effective innovations in technology today, whereby its use as an educational tool has altered the way teachers teach and students learn. For example, traditional textbooks have been substituted with electronic books. The iPad provides educators with the opportunity to differentiate their instruction while implementing technology that is age appropriate. The use of the iPad in supporting student learning is on the rise, persuading the way in which educators plan lessons and assess their students. Although ICT, such as the iPad, provides countless opportunities for educators and students, it does have its limitations to accessing its use. Tuche will now provide a more in-depth analysis into the limitations of accessing ICT within the classroom.
Thanks, Kimberly. According to the research, teachers have above average class management skills and content knowledge, but low integration of ICT skills. Daily interactions necessitate regular social activities that everyone attends naturally within their close communities. Computers, however, are often used individually in many learning activities, limiting opportunities of social connectivity. Technological environments must be both accessible and reliable. Availability and accessibility are essential requirements for a quality learning environment that is free from disruption. Although the generic model is helpful for teachers to integrate ICT in the education system, there might be some barriers such as lack of knowledge and time, which are related with training. The result of lack of ICT knowledge and understanding is a limit to the integration of ICT. Poor preparation for the use of technology causes waste of valuable teaching time. Sandy will talk about data protocols.
The data protocols used within our research consisted of surveys, observations, and semi-structured interviews to collect quantitative and qualitative data. From these data methods, we were able to gather results from an extensive range of applicants who agreed to take part of our study. Based on all research subtopics, our data presented common themes such as student engagement, teacher willingness, comfortability, behavior, classroom dynamic, prevalence of technology in classroom, and commonly used types of ICT. We'll now move on to the analysis, the data analysis. First is Kimberly.
Thank you, Sandy. The first data protocol used within this action research was a survey. The aim of the survey used was to collect quantitative data based on the research project's sub-question. Is the iPad a useful teaching tool in supporting student learning? The survey was conducted in a systematic, logical, and structured approach, which consisted of various types of question styles. The purpose of the research is to investigate teachers' perspectives on using the iPad to benefit student learning. The survey begins with attaining data regarding participants' demographic background, such as age, gender, teaching experience, and subjects taught within secondary schools. From the 77 participants who participated in this survey, 41.5% were aged between 36 and 45, with majority specialising in the key learning area of PDHPE and English. Although 41.5% of the participants had 10 to 20 years of teaching experience within a secondary school, there were conflicting attitudes towards the integration of ICT. This saw 54% of participants stating they were comfortable in integrating ICT into their classrooms, whereas 10.3% of participants stated they were very apprehensive. When participants were asked how often they were integrating ICT into their classrooms, 40.2% of participants responded with 2 to 3 times a week, while 9% expressed they never integrate ICT into their classrooms. Of the participants who integrate ICT into their classroom, 21% saw an increase in student achievement due to the use of the iPad, while 12% saw a decrease in student achievement. These participants frequently used the YouTube, Kahoot, calculator, and camera applications when integrating the iPad, YouTube being the most with 12%. Samira and Tuche will talk about observations, which was the second data protocol used within this action research.
Thank you, Kimberly. From the observation, it has been seen that students' perceptions of ICT use directly to their teachers' implementation and integration to lesson content. In my first observation, the teacher did not use any ICT and not provide the students with enough technology integrated activities. As a result, students were not engaged with content and teacher had to deal with the behavioral issues caused by the students' boredom. Whereas during my second observation of another teacher, they had uploaded the tools on their online account and what they need for the experiment before the class. In this lesson, students were more engaged with the content due to more stimulating resources. Students were aware of what they had to do and continued to use their laptops to record results and analysis on their online documents.
According to my observations, it's hard to control students on technology, and they might use the reason they do not know how to use it, even if they know how to solve the questions. For example, in Year 9 Maths class, students wasted the first 10-15 minutes while they were trying to log in their Maths online accounts. Most of the students ask for an iPad because they can use the internet on iPad more freely compared to desktops. The time can be wasted if something goes wrong with the technology in the classroom. From the observation with Year 9 Maths class, the students told the teacher they don't remember their password. Therefore, the first 10-15 minutes was wasted to hand out the passwords and account names. Teachers need to know how to use technology effectively. In maths, this problem is solved by making a specific mathematics technology class and giving a qualification teacher responsible from the class. Even teachers are skilled on using technology, preparation takes long time. So teachers must choose not to use technology or can't use it effectively in class. It was obvious that the lesson is prepared last minute in Year 10 nutrition class. As a last point, the technology needs to suit the classroom environment and students to interact in class. For example, the Year 9-10 nutrition class was sleepy on the first period because of studying monotone long video and did not want to listen. Later, we'll talk about interviews, which was the third and final data protocol used within this action research.
Thank you, Samira and Tusha. The interview questions were influenced by salient themes found in literature. Questions revolved around teaching experience and practice, perceptions around how technology has changed, teacher proficiency, and ICT benefits and limitations. According to the interviews that were conducted, 50% of the participants had 1 to 2 teaching experience. Research found that teachers were comfortable with integrating ICT in the classroom, with 70% saying it's integrated in almost every lesson. In comparison, the 5% of participants that have been teaching 15 years or greater still rely on traditional teaching pedagogy, which solely focus on worksheet-related resources. Teachers who integrate ICT into their classroom feel as though their students are more connected to the learning tasks, which increase student participation and engagement. In comparison, some teachers presented concerns towards ICT, such as classroom management, accessibility, and digital literacy skills. Sandy will now analyse the underlying themes found in the data collection protocols.
Thanks, Arissa. From the data obtained through the surveys, observations, and interviews, we were able to identify common themes. The first theme was that overall teachers feel comfortable or happy to integrate ICT into their lessons. Research by Irma and Otenbright-Lethwich in 2010 found that teachers in the 21st century feel positively comfortable about integrating ICT into their lessons. The second thing we found was actually integrating ICT into their lesson either every day or more often than not. Teachers in the 21st century need to stay up to date with integrating ICT into most of their lessons. Student behavioral issues increase with the use of ICT as students become more distracted. A study by Husseini et al. In 2012 found that this is due to the fact that students have poor ICT skills. Lastly, using ICT tools have enhanced teaching methods. This is because teachers are moving away from traditional teaching methods and exploring a variety of methods such as ICT tools in order to enhance classrooms.
Overall, ICT is a tool teachers can implement. Whether or not it's effective for student learning is determined by the type of learner and the teacher delivering the lesson. Every context and learning environment would be different. However, teachers will need the skills of ICT to support students who are growing up in a technological age, which can be carried out in future contexts beyond schooling. Thank you so much for listening to our video.